one of the areas that people don't generally have a very clear understanding of when it comes to trauma is dissociation. Dissociation is one of those terms that gets thrown around and um, either is misunderstood by people or even creates sort of a fear around it. I see this even in professionals, with therapists that aren't experienced with working with dissociation. The idea of um, triggering your client when working on trauma or them being too fragile to be able to process through something that's coming up when they're working with trauma, and the threat of dissociating creates a lot of fear for even for therapists. And it's, if the therapist is feeling afraid of losing control of the session in this way, even if they don't say anything about it to their client, it's in the air, it's in the energy, it's going to create fear in the client as well. Um, and so it's really important to understand that dissociation is a normal part of trauma. It's a very common part of trauma. And in fact, we could say that all traumas have at least an element of dissociation within within it. That's what makes it unresolved. The degree to which you are not integrated, or let's say disconnected from the energy and emotion that you hold about a past trauma, will determine how dissociated you are from it. That is, in a way, what it means. Now, there's levels of dissociation. Some are quite mild, some are very severe. And I'll talk about that more in subsequent videos. But first thing I want you to understand is that it's normal. The typical responses to trauma are fight, flight, and freeze. We go into fight or flight when we're at the peak of emotion, when we're trying to, not even trying, it's an automatic response, when our body is trying to save us from imminent threat, where we're running or fighting, resisting an attack in some way. But that cannot be sustained. We can't live in a continuous state of fight or flight. We're designed, our bodies are only capable of a short burst of energy before we get exhausted. And it's that exhaustion that puts us over the edge into dissociation. If you go into a deep enough dissociation where you have no possibility of escape from a threat or an attack or an intolerable, intense emotional situation, in that deepest state of dissociation, we kind of go into a sleep state, the way a mouse looks when it's caught by a cat, and it looks limp and it looks dead, but it's not. It's not conscious at that point. It's just an autonomic nervous system response, but it is in that stupor, that state, that sleep-like state, to save its life, because it still has a little bit of energy left in it that when the cat walks away, the mouse can come back online and can go back into fight or flight and run away. So we're all designed this way. All mammals have this capacity. And when a human goes through a trauma that they can't escape from, they will go into some level of dissociation. If it's mild, then it's just sort of a numbing out, which allows you to tolerate more pain or a painful situation over a longer duration of time. If it's really deep, then it can really take you out of your conscious self completely and disconnect you from your body as well as from your emotions, kind of like sleepwalking. And that is also an undigested experience, an incomplete experience that you carry with you into the world, and can then show up as kind of a numbness, or a sense of things not being solid and real, or a sense of disconnection from your physical body, a lack of awareness of your emotions, a lack of clear sense of your boundaries. I mean that both energetically and literally, emotionally. So in relationships, not registering when someone is being hurtful towards you, even just insulting you, or being hostile, or being threatening, or crossing your boundaries in an inappropriate way. If someone is dissociated even a little bit, it's possible that they will tolerate that without registering it as an offense, without registering it as an intrusion. And so when there isn't that strong response, that intuition, that boundary, it can lead you into relationships that then take you for granted, use you, manipulate you, gaslight you, take advantage of you. And even if you're somewhat aware of it, you don't have the sense of power or strength or clarity, confidence to respond to it in a strong way. And so this fosters unhealthy relationships. So I'll say more in the next video, but I'm trying to say dissociation is very normal. It's an automatic response, not one that you consciously choose or have control over in any kind of direct way. And it's important to know that there are ways, therapeutic ways, to be supported to finish out those layers of dissociation and bring yourself back online into your body, into your emotions, into your power, so that it changes your life, it changes your aliveness, changes your energy, changes your mood, and changes your relationships. And that's what's most important to understand, is there is a way to do that. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll talk more about different aspects of dissociation, a very important subject. Thanks.